Hello students and good evening and welcome from Vertex Learning Solution and welcome to this orientation session of ACCA paper PM for December 2025 session. Let's start with this today's session with introduction about myself. My name is Haris Hanif and I'm your facilitator for paper PM and you can stay in contact with me. This is my Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, Haris Hanif official, and this is my WhatsApp number which will be available for your query support and all that stuff. Now, I would like to give a very short introduction about myself first, since this is the orientation session in which I will be covering about my teaching journey and obviously the syllabus of paper PM and what is the do's and don'ts for paper PM. That's very important to know in this live orientation session. So first of all, that I am Haris Hanif, I am ACCA affiliate and I'm graduate in commerce. I have teaching experience for more than 11 years now. I am engaged in a teaching profession since 2011 at the group level. And then in the online level, I am associated with the teaching profession online globally. It is a very good experience I'm going to share it today. I started my career from a bank and I've also worked in a firm, also worked as an accounts officer in the textile company. So that means that before entering into the teaching profession, I had the practical experience and I include my practical experience in my lectures as well to give the real life example to make the topic much more interesting and logical and practical. So I have collectively the experience of around 1 year, which covered a bank, a firm, and an accounts officer in a textile company. I was selected 5 times by ACCA Pakistan for conducting practice to pass webinars for papers, 2 times on paper MA, 2 times on paper F5 PM, and 1 time on paper AAA. Basically, I do teach paper MA, PM, AA, and AAA. And what is actually this conducting practice to pass session? It was actually the session which was hosted by ACCA Pakistan, and students across the globe were connected, and we used to give the practice to pass session that covers the basic topical analysis, the basic topic, and the practice questions, which will be helpful for the next upcoming attempt. So it was the session around 15 hours. You can call it like it was a revision session, and it was live, and many of the students across the globe were connected, and many of the students got benefit from this kind of practice to pass webinar. And even those students who were not connected live, they saw the recorded sessions of this live practice to pass webinar and obtained the benefit from it. So it was a very wonderful session and I really enjoyed it, teaching to hundreds of students across the globe at a time, because it is very the learning insights, teaching to the different nationalities, and this is the very professional edge. I got this from ACCA Pakistan. And this was the session not hosted by any individual academy or the institute. It was a session hosted by officially ACCA. Okay, now next. Next, it was I was selected 1 time by ACCA Pakistan as well for marking the mock exam answer script for the students of AA. Why? For the local students of Pakistan, because actually paper AA, it's more of the discussion and the interpretation kind of the session, the paper. And often students lack in the interpretation and all this stuff. So I was selected again 1 time by ACCA Pakistan for marking the mock paper and then delivering it live across the country. And other than the country, other than the Pakistan, many of the students got benefit from this session as well. And I was selected by 1 time by ACCA Singapore for conducting in-plus session on paper PM for March 23 exam sitting. Now, what is in-plus session? Basically, this in-plus session was actually on paper F5 PM. It was actually 1 hour session, and again, many students across the globe were connected at a time. And this in-plus session was actually the giving the spark in the students, that they know the things, in order to motivate them, in order to teach them, in order to do what are the do's and don'ts in the paper PM. So just before the exam sitting, and it was a very wonderful session, and I really I was appreciated by many of the students across the globe, and that is one of the gifts from the students community to a tutor to give the positive feedback, because many of the students got benefit from this session as well. Next, one more thing in my professional profile includes that I was selected one time by ACCA UK for conducting prepared to pass session on paper PM. As you can see that, um, the global acceptance in my paper PM, by many of the students. And this was the session, again, prepared to pass session, that I was selected by ACCA UK to provide the students across the globe for it was again in December 23 exam sit-in, that is to guide them actually how to attempt the paper, what are the do's and don'ts of the paper. And it was a very wonderful session. I really enjoyed teaching them all across the world. And this is the end blessings which I have received in my professional journey, because teaching is not my profession, to be very honest. Teaching is not the profession for me. Teaching is the passion. When I was in school in the class 6th standard, at that time, as well, since that time, I was very much passionate about teaching, because what I do think that when I speak and when I guide to students, when I guide other people, and when they absorb, they absorb the things and they adapt it, then follow it, they obtain the benefit, and that is a very intrinsic reward for me to provide the guidance to other people. And then later on, I selected this teaching as my profession, not only for the sake of money, but for the sake of intrinsic fulfillment inside me. And this is the last thing which I would like to highlight, that this is the ultimate gift. This is the ultimate gift I had received. Gift I had received from the nature, that many of my students, some of my students got just a minute, I would like to highlight this thing. Some of my students secured nationwide positions and worldwide positions as well. Worldwide position means that my students got worldwide distinctions in paper PM, in paper AA, nationwide distinctions in paper PM, AA, and AAA. And seriously, it's very much intrinsic satisfaction which I have received from the nature, that I taught the students, they appeared for the exam, they cleared the exam, they give me the positive feedback, and they secured the position. And when the students get the position, it seems that I am the position holder. Because of my teaching and my guidance, people receive the benefits, and that's very much intrinsic value, intrinsic reward what I have received so far, beyond the monetary benefits. Now let's begin with the paper PM. As you can see that paper PM is not difficult. Seriously, it's challenging. And when something is challenging, that means it would have been interesting element, right? So first of all, let me clarify you that paper PM is not difficult. Paper PM is not difficult. It is challenging paper. And yes, it is challenging. But again, if it is challenging, that means it's interesting. You need to show the interest, because there's a lot of hype against paper PM, that paper PM is very much challenging. It has a global low pass rate. You cannot pass it in the first attempt. All these comments and the things are creating the negative vibes. And when you absorb something negative, you feel negative, you act negative, and you receive the negative results. I am your instructor, and I am saying it to you that paper PM is quite attainable paper. Please absorb the positivity, conceive it, absorb it, feel the positive, do positive, and receive the positive results, right? So that's very much important point. Now let's come on to the paper PM syllabus. paper PM syllabus actually covered these 1 to A, B, C, D, E area. These are the topical areas. These are actually the the syllabus areas. So in every syllabus area, there are different chapters. There are different chapters and different topics. So first of all, let's start with this area number A, and that's called Management Information System and Data Analytics. Now let me give you the overview of this section, area A, that is Management Information System and Data Analytics. What does it mean? You know that when you are the paper PM means it is a performance management. Paper PM means it is the performance management. Paper PM means it's a performance management, right? Now let's say, for example, you are running the airline company. Performance management means that you are supposed to manage the entire organization. You have to manage the entire organization. This is the performance of the organization, and you have to manage it. As an as a chief executive officer, in order to make the decision for the company, you need a very solid, relevant, timely, and reliable information. And for that, you need to build, in today's modern world, you need to build the information system. You need to build the information system, right? You need to build the information system. Let's say, for example, in today's world, everything is gonna, on the mobile app, on the computer application, and all this stuff. So basically, in order to finalize, the decision, we all need the information. And obviously, in order to collect the information, there should be the precise system. There should be the system, right? And you need to analyze the data as well. You need to analyze the data as well. Now, let me give you the data analytics tips. What does it mean? Now, please focus that, let's assume that you are running an airline company, and you must need to know, in order to run an airline company, you need to analyze the data. You need to analyze the data. Now, what does it mean? You need to analyze the data. You need to study the pattern. You need to study the pattern of the public. You need information. You need data analytics. You need to study the pattern of the travelers. Let's say, for example, there is a summer season, and most of the families, travel around the world, and you need the information that how many passengers prefer European side, American side, Asian side. You need to analyze, break down the data. Data analytics means gather the data, filter it out according to your need, and analyze it, and then take the decision. So in order to run an organization, you must need the information, you need the data analytics, and all that stuff. Area B, specialist cost and management accounting techniques. Now, what does this section include? This is basically area, and there are different topics which you will be learning, and these are covered in your, in your lectures, on your VLS portal. Now, this is specialist cost and management accounting techniques. What does it include? Before if you start any business, now let's say, for example, there is a watch in my wrist, and I am the manufacturer of this watch. I need to have the cost of raw materials. I need to have the cost of labor. I need to estimate other overheads as well. So there is the specialist cost and management accounting techniques. Now, what does it mean? It means that before going to start any project, before going to start any production, you need costing. So this section covers costing techniques, that how to cost your products. Because if you are running a trading business, there's a different costing. If you are running the service organization, the costing is different. If you are running the manufacturing organization, obviously the costing is much more complicated, and you need to do that costing, obviously. So this section covers the cost accounting techniques. And you have already studied this costing techniques in your earlier paper MA, and in this paper PM, I can give you the example like absorption costing, activity based costing, there is life cycle costing, target costing, environmental accounting, throughput accounting. So these are different costing techniques. Now, why do you cost your products? So that you cost your product, you add the profit markup, and quote the selling price. Area C. Area C is about the decision making techniques. Now, while studying this section, Area C, decision making techniques, you must need to have clarity in your mind that you are in that position, in your office chair, you are sitting in that chair, you are sitting on that position where you have to take the decision of the organization. Now, let me give you the example. In this particular section, there is a topic of pricing. Now, pricing means microeconomics. Pricing means economics, that is the selling price. So we are not going to make you people be economists. You are the decision maker of the company. And if there is this is the product in my hand, and if I have to quote the selling price, I must need to understand that what is the behavior of the customer, what is law of demand. For example, I cannot increase the selling price. If I will increase the selling price, the demand will be reducing slowly and gradually. So I need to consider that factor in my decision making, that up to what extent the selling price could be raised or should be reduced in order to match the demand. Obviously, at the end, you want the profit. So while studying this section, you are sitting in that position of the company where you have to take the decisions of the company. So feel like the CEO, feel like the decision maker, right? So again, in this section, there is different other topics as well, like risk and uncertainty. If you start any kind of a particular project, so there is obviously the risk, there is uncertainty, and you have to consider that risk as well, and you have to take the decision. Right? So this area is called the decision making technique. And if you are, let's say, for example, facing shortage of raw material, shortage of resources, so what will be your decision? You have to utilize your resources in an optimal manner. So this area C, section C, is the decision making techniques, that there are different kind of varieties of circumstances and you have to take the decisions accordingly. Area D, budgeting and control, a very important area. Obviously, when you are going to start any project, when you are going to do any kind of thing, you need to prepare the budget. It includes fixed budget, flex budget, and all these things. And control means that when you prepare the budget, there is a variance. What is variance? Variance means the difference between the difference between the budget or the standard and what is the actual thing. So you calculate the variance as well. Variance means what should be the cost and what is the actual cost, so that you will be able to take the decision, which is the control technique for the upcoming time period. So budgeting is a very important thing. Or you people are the student, if you are a working professional, if you are running your home as well, you are managing the study, so you have to make the budget. You have to make the budget for your home, you have to make the budget for your studies, you have to make the budget for holidays, you have to make the budget for every kind of activity. For example, if you're a student and you are running on the pocket money by your parents, so you are making the budget for your chilling out with the friends, and all, you are actually making the budget. So everybody does prepare the budget. So budgeting and control means this area covers budgeting and control, right? Budgeting and control. Next, performance measurement and control. Now, what is performance measurement and control? Performance measurement means when you are done with the activity. When you are done with the activity, now let's say, for example, when you are done with the activity, any kind of activity you done, so you have to measure the performance. You have to measure the performance. That means analyze the performance. How was it? How was it? Now let me give you the example. In your exam, there was a case study. In your exam, there was a case study, and that case study was, now let's say, for example, there was a case study of a hotel. There was a case study of a hotel, and you have to visualize the thing. There's a hotel, there's a swimming pool, there's a cafeteria, and there are financial and non-financial results of the company, and you are the one who is the judge at that particular moment. At that particular moment, you are acting as a CEO, and you are looking downline the company, and you are analyzing the performance, right? You are analyzing the performance. So you have to measure the performance, whether your performance is good or poor or whatever, so that if your performance is not up to the mark, so it can be improved in the future, right? So this is the performance measurement and control. In the past, there was a case of the online store. Online store, you people know that, see, you are learning online. So the point is that there was an online store, there were sales, there were costs, and you are being asked to measure the performance, right? You are being asked to measure the performance. So this section covers performance measurement and control, and I call this section as a backbone of the syllabus. Why? Because the name of the subject is performance management, and this is the section called performance measurement. Measurement will be after the work has been done. Area F, employability and technological skills. This is not actually the examinable area. These are the examinable area. This is just the thing that how to, how the ACCA practice platform works. So this is the area on that actually. This is the area on that actually. It is not the examinable content. Let's move on. Paper pattern, a very important point, and you might be, waiting for this particular topic, that how the paper will be examined. So the paper PM pattern is, there are three sections. Section A includes 15 OTQs worth 2 marks each, that is 30 marks. 15 OTQs. OTQs are of 7 types. OTQs are of what? 7 types. Like, let's say there may be fill in the blanks. You have to insert the figure, you have to calculate it. There may be MCQs as well. There may be drag and drop, there are basically 7 types. You can call it, there are 15 MCQs, and this MCQs will be covered from entire syllabus. This will be from entire syllabus. I cannot specify a particular topic because it is not specified by ACCA. It is basically from the entire syllabus. Section B. Now what is section B? There are 3 case OTQs for 10 marks each, 30 marks. 3 case OTQs. Please focus on that word. It is 3 case OTQs for 10 marks each. 3 case OTQs. Now the case OTQs means there is a case study, and there are 5 MCQs of that. There is a case study and there are 5 MCQs of that. There is a case study and there are 5 MCQs. So a case study and 5 MCQs worth 10 marks. And yes, I can give you a little bit assurance that if I can go to the previous slide, let's say if I can go to the previous slide. So this is the area. This area B, specialist cost and management accounting techniques. You can expect 1 case OTQ from here. That is 1 case OTQ from here, right? There's 1 case OTQ from this particular section. So I can safely write that 1 case OTQ, 1 from costing section. That is 1 from the costing section. That is 1 from the costing section, right? So you can expect this from 1 costing section. And section C is about 2 CRQs worth 20 marks each, 40 marks. 2 CRQs. 1 CRQ will be from performance measurement, analyzing the performance. So you can freely expect, you can safely expect, I must say, 1 CRQ from performance measurement, and 1 CRQ from any other area. So 1 CRQ from performance measurement. So I can only assure you about this particular thing, since it is the regular observation in paper PM. So this is actually the paper pattern. Now let's move next. Obviously, in order to study, you need the resources, and definitely there are some general resources which students are using. Some general resources. Number 1, actually resources are a very important element to consider, but prioritizing the resources is the next important element. You need to prioritize your resources. on the topmost priority, whatever the paper you are studying, I must say that your lectures should be on number one. Number one, your lectures. Number two, notes available on your portal, because the notes are specifically designed for you people which are supported with your lectures. Notes are supported with the lectures, and that will be for the smooth running of your syllabus and your course. Number three, approved ACCA materials like ACCA Study Hub, because ACCA has introduced its own study hub, its own study material. So I will give this a top priority as well. You can use other approved materials, including study texts and exam kits if there is. And naturally, the most popular publishers are BPP and Kaplan, all the way since now it has not been in collaboration with the ACCA, but their materials can be used as well. So I must say you must need to use a study hub and some Kaplan and BPP kit, and you will be seeing this thing in your portal as well for the upcoming sessions. Now, resources, must use ACCA practice platform. Now, why ACCA practice platform? Because ACCA practice platform allows you to use your typing pad, that is WordPad, and your spreadsheet, so that before going into the real exam, you are very much familiar with that particular window, with that particular options, and how to use the spreadsheet, how to use WordPad. This is a very important point. So CRQs, it will help you to work on a spreadsheet and also improves your typing speed. It has been a regular feedback to me that sir, I was not able to complete the paper on time. So okay student, what's the issue? Sir, actually I am lacking in typing speed. That's a real feedback of the students. So before going into the pitch, you need to have the sound level and the next level of practice, and for that you must need to use ACCA practice platform, right? Also solve MCQs and case OTQs on ACCA practice platform. Why? Because ACCA practice platform allows you to use the rough scratch pad kind of thing. So you will be able to practice on that particular area, solve the things on the calculator built in on the ACCA practice platform, and you will be able to mark on the MCQs options. So this is also the very much important point of concern. It will enable to focus on the exam window. As I have told you earlier, that exam window and its what shall I say, and its familiarity is very much important. Your practice plus your confidence would increase. Your practice and above the practice there is a confidence. Confidence would increase. Now, this is a very important point, motivation. Be motivated on a very serious point. If you can think, you can even do it. Your willingness is very much important. If you can think and you can imagine, you can do it seriously. It's only depending on your willingness. Willingness is very much important. You are able, but you are not willing. Zero. You are able, but you are willing as well. Very important. And what I can say, see that in this online in this online classroom, I don't know each of you individually, but I must say that you are capable. You are capable. See why and how I can say this in a confident manner. You are appearing in paper PM. Obviously, it is my understanding that you have covered your paper F1, F2, F3, and any other skills paper. And that's why you are sitting in the paper PM. You are not the new to ACCA. You might have passed 3 to 4 to 6 papers in your ACCA in the past. So that means if you are capable, that's why you have passed those papers in your previous sessions. So that means, hence it is proof that you are capable. You have to work on your willingness that you can do it. It's a very important point. Next. Past paper practice, very much important. Past paper practice is very much important. You know that there are past papers in the official exam kits, which includes BPP and Kaplan, right? But I must say that practice your past papers on your ACCA practice platform. On your ACCA practice platform. Why? Because it enables you to focus on that window. Now, past paper practice is very much important, ACCA past paper practice, because by practicing the past papers, you will be familiar with the, what shall I say, the trend, the examining style. There is a topic, and there are many more accountancy qualification, and ACCA is having a very prestige among those. And if, for example, let's say there is a particular topic, performance measurement, and if you are attempting paper, on ACCA, so there is a different kind of question the examiner can ask. And if it is any other qualification, the pattern, the way to ask might be different. So everybody has got different style. For example, I am teaching. If there is any other tutor, his or her teaching style would be different, but he will teach the same thing, that 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Only the way is changed, and how do you express and how do you convey the message. So considering that element, I'm saying that you must need to practice on ACCA past papers. Past papers practice is very much important, so that you will be able to understand the theme, the style of the examiner. Attempt the questions after completion of your particular topic, and the questions available on your portal. For example, there are 3 questions, 2 covered in your portal and 1 is left. So it's an implied thing that you need to attempt that question by yourself and analyze yourself and analyze your performance, since you are attempting the paper of performance measurement. Read the answers. Read the answer. It will enrich your vocabulary. It will enrich your vocabulary. It's a very important point. Note down your mistake. Not only note down your mistake, accept it as well. That, yeah, I did wrong. Accept it. And once you accept your mistake, you will be able to improvise in the future. Read the examiner comments. It's a very beauty of ACCA qualification that after every answer, ACCA gives the comments. ACCA gives the comments on the answer, examiner comments. It's very much important to know, to understand. Must attempt recent past papers from ACCA practice platform. Recent past paper means that you are appearing in December 25 session. So that means 2022, 2023 and 2024. These 3 years are very much important because it shows the latest trend available. Read the mind of the marker. Very important point. On a very serious note, a very, very important document. Read the mind of the marker. Now, what does it include? Read the mind of the marker is actually, it is the document not by me, not by any other tutor. It is from ACCA officially. It is from ACCA officially. It is the read the mind of the marker, the marker who is marking your answer script. So in this particular document, it is a very helpful document. What does it include? It's a very important, no, it's mind-blowing document. What is the importance of this thing? Let me explain first. Actually, ACCA, the marking team, selected two answer scripts of the students. One is very good and one is below average. So examiner compared, the marking team compared why candidate number 1 got 5 out of 5 marks and why candidate number 2 got 2 out of 5 marks. Now let's say, for example, so what is the difference? So they compared the actual answer scripts of the students, and the intelligent, the rational person is that who learned from the mistakes of others. So it's a very mind-blowing document because it is the comparison of the 2 answer scripts. So you need to adopt the approach of that student who got 5 out of 5 marks, let's say, for example. So examiner has presented the marked answer script of 2 students along with the marks allotted with comments. This will help to understand the marking scheme in CRQ, especially in the discussion area. Especially in the discussion area, not in the calculation. So this is a very important point. Technical articles. Technical articles, you can get it from ACCA website. It's not a time to read all the article nowadays. Not all the article nowadays, because you have to start your lectures. Which article to read? Most recent ones or any topic which you are facing challenge. Nowadays, you're not supposed to read because you have to start your syllabus, right? Because you have to start your syllabus. because you have to ask start your syllabus. Right? Okay, so must also touch the technical articles for example, in which particular, because technical articles are from the ACCA examining team, so they express the things and they give the examples, and it was observed multiple times in the past that whenever there is any new technical article on the particular topic or the particular paper, so that topic will be examinable in the next upcoming attempt. So that's why I'm giving the emphasis on these technical articles. What's the importance of technical article? It helps to analyze the mindset of the question theme. Also helps to understand the possible requirement to be examined, right? So the important document of technical articles, you must need to consider it at your topmost priority, right? Now let's move on. Engage yourself. WhatsApp supports. There is a WhatsApp group, official WhatsApp group of VLS, right? Feel free to ask question in the WhatsApp group. I am there in the WhatsApp group. You can freely raise your query and I will provide you the solution. I will guide you accordingly. Online assignments, yes. On your VLS portal, there are online assignments, and unfortunately, it's a very disappointment that most of the students do not, complete the assignments. Assignments are very important element because it enables you to analyze yourself. So engage yourself on the WhatsApp group. You can raise your questions. Must attempt the online assignments. Live sessions weekly. Yes, we will be covering live sessions weekly. And one more important point, that in your paper PM, the topical lectures, including 1 or 2 questions, are by Mr. Said Ali. And I'm Haris Sanif. I will be giving you the live sessions weekly, in which I will not be teaching you the topic. You have covered that topic, basic topic, and I will be solving the live, the questions weekly in the live sessions. Exam refresher webinar series. We used to conduct the webinar series. So you must need to attend those webinar series, because for every attempt, every tutor feels that this particular topic is likely to be examined, and most of the tutors covered in the weekly exam refresher webinar series. So you must need to engage yourself with these activities. Mocks, very much important area. At this orientation session, I am giving the emphasis on the mocks, very much important area, but unfortunately neglected by many students. I'm not sure about all of you people, but I'm that pretty much sure that many of the students will not attempt the mock. Why? Just because of that particular fear that if I will be failing in the mock, my teacher will be disappointed. No matter, teacher will not be disappointed. Tutor will give you the guidance. The examiner should not be disappointed, because you have to pass out this paper. You are spending the money on the paper, you're spending the money on the lectures. So I must say that you must need to pass out this paper in the first attempt. So before going to the paper, you must need to have a good rehearsal, and that's a very important point. That is the mock paper. My advice, must attempt at least 2 mocks under the exam condition. Under the exam condition means that you lock yourself in the room for 3 hours, 15 minutes, attempt the mock. There is no mobile phone, there is no answering onto the doorbell, and no answering to the home, I mean to say, no answering to the other people. You must need to appear yourself in the mock under the exam condition at your place, right? So you must need to attempt at least 2 mock papers under the exam condition. Get it checked by your tutor. And at VLS, we have a very good examining team. So Vertex Learning Solution is actually the organization. I am teaching, there is a examining department, they provide you the mock, they provide you the feedback. So it's a very important point. Avail this opportunity. It's my personal advice to all of you. Mocks are also available in the ACCA website. Before every attempt, ACCA upload the pre-September mock, pre-December mock, something like that. So you must need to attempt those mocks as well. That's seriously the thing. You only lose when you give up. When you believe, okay, I'm done, it's the end, and literally it's the end, because you instructed your mind that this is the end. Simple as that. So you only lose when you give up. You only win if you believe you can do it. Choice is yours. Choice is yours. There are two options. When you go to the street and there is a roundabout, it's your choice either to roundabout and come back again, roundabout, come to the right, go to the left. No, it's your choice. So if you want to win, you have to first accept in your mind that you can do it. So don't lose hope, seriously. Don't underestimate yourself. You are being blessed. You are studying. You are capable because you have passed many papers in the past. And do not underestimate yourself. Now, this is a Q&A session. If you people have any question, you can feel free to ask any question in the chat box. I am available in the chat box. You can simply write the chat box, isn't it? Is there any chat box? Sorry, is there any question? Yeah, feel free to write any question if there is. Okay, for the live session, it will be announced in the WhatsApp group. It will be announced in the WhatsApp group about the weekly live sessions. Yeah, BPP and Kaplan is enough, but I must say that must follow the lectures, the lecture notes, and then Kaplan and ACCA Study Hub. So in your portal, there are a variety of questions, including BPP and Kaplan as well. And yes, before the live session, I will be announcing that we will be doing that particular topic. And one more important question I have received in the chat box, that is, what sequence should be that we should follow? You must need to follow the sequence of the lectures available on your VLS portal. Just open up your portal, and whatever the lectures, you need to watch the lectures, making your notes according to the serial wise covered in on your VLS portal. Please do not disrupt the sequence. Do not shuffle the sequence. Just follow the guidance, follow the sequence. Yeah, PM and TX can be done in March 26. Yes, you can do it. But why are you wasting this December session? Yeah, I advise that must follow the notes on your VLS portal plus ACCA Study Hub. Yeah, definitely. Don't worry about this thing because of the coordination. Because in the online learning, there is a ease, there is a comfort to study at your convenience. At the same time, there is some time zone difference as well, right? So because somewhere it might be afternoon, somewhere it is good evening, somewhere it might be, so there's a time difference. So obviously you need to have some margin of query raised and the answer, but it will be answered, no problem at all. You are saying that I don't think I'll be ready for December. See that you have convinced yourself that you are not ready, and I'm saying you can convince yourself for the December. Focus on my words and try to adopt it. Just take 1 or 2 days to decide, and in these 2 days, say it by yourself with your words and listen your own voice. I can do it. I can do it. And seriously, you need to have the positive ones. Yeah, I prefer to read the textbook on the study hub because it's a very much important point. Okay, so all these questions. Okay, so these are some questions I have asked. You have asked and I have answered. No, not at all. You must need to follow the sequence of the lectures. You must need to follow the sequence of the lectures, right? And in that sequence, there are, questions of BPP Kaplan accordingly. Your course is very much, designed in a very intellectual level, and it's intellectually designed. Let's do it again. Try to do it again, I must say. Okay, just think about it for December and March session. Just think about it. But I would be preferring to go for the December session. Okay, yeah, that's good. So these are the end of the questions. And thank you and best wishes. This is Haris Sanif, and I'm signing off from this. And I really wish you people good luck for your, papers, and good luck with your lectures. And as I have guided you, must follow the lectures in a sequential manner in an ascending order, right? So this was the session. And I have received one more question. So I'm saying that chapter sequence will be of vertex, but what material should I start with for questions? Okay. Chapter sequence will be of vertex. Yeah, chapter sequence and your question sequence are also designed on your portal. You need to follow the sequence of vertex and then the study material. If there is a disbalance in anything, you need to follow your vertex, portal, and the lectures and the chapters in that serial wise. Yeah, you should use study text as well, but I prefer ACCA Study Hub. Rather than going for the Kaplan text, you should go for the ACCA Study Hub. But first, vertex notes. Okay, you are most welcome. So this was the session, students, and wish you good luck and start with your lectures. Bye-bye. Take care.